In 1939, the outbreak of the Second World War threw the globe into chaos and deep uncertainty. Far from the front lines, a 10-year-old boy sat inside a dim village classroom. He was frightened by the state of the world, entirely unaware of the role he would one day play in its history. Then his fifth-grade science teacher walked through the door. The tension in the room broke. The terror of an international conflict faded against the presence of a single, focused mind ready to teach. In that classroom, science became something tangible. The boy felt a distinct energy, a quality he would remember decades later as witnessing the literal radiation of purity of life. The sheer passion in how that lesson was taught gave the boy a vision. It shaped the exact way he wanted to live. A teacher possesses a unique opportunity to identify a spark in a young mind and cultivate it till it matures. That classroom vision defined his way of life. It fueled decades of study in aerospace engineering and a long career in science and public service, eventually leading him to the highest office in the country as the 11th President of India, Dr. APJ Abdul Kalam. Of course, a grand vision is only the first step. When you execute a project of real consequence, you will inevitably collide with complex problems. Dr. Kalam believed that we spend too much time learning how to handle success. In a high-stakes leadership environment, the absolute vital skill is knowing how to manage failure. He established a strict rule of conflict for any endeavor. Under no circumstances should a problem become the captain of the individual. The hierarchy must be reversed. You have to become the captain of the problem, seize control of it, and force a successful outcome. Failure, then, is never a permanent condition. It is an active, psychological battle for command between you and the obstacle in your way. To win that battle, you need a highly specific internal engine. Kalam broke this down into a continuous, four-part cognitive cycle, starting with learning. Active, continuous learning gives you a deep well of reference material, which directly sparks creativity. That creativity forces your mind into a state of active, innovative thinking, and that rigorous thinking is what ultimately crystallizes into true applicable knowledge. This unbroken chain, transferring energy from learning all the way to knowledge, is the exact formula that builds a great human being. History proves this mental engineering yields incredible results. The individuals who dare to imagine the impossible are the only ones who shatter human limitations. We see this clearly in science, with the groundbreaking discoveries of physicists like C.V. Raman. We see it in theoretical physics through the fiercely creative mind of Albert Einstein. It exists within the field of foundational mathematics, driven by Isaac Newton. And we see it in the far reaches of astrophysics, mapped out by Subramanian Chandrasekhar. The names engraved in history across art, medicine, and technology all share one mechanism. They constantly visualize the outcome until their persistent effort turned the imagined into the actual. If you want to join those ranks and become an innovator, Dr. Kalam laid out exactly what you have to do. First, you establish a great aim. Second, you continuously acquire new knowledge. Third, you execute daily hard work. And fourth, you persevere. You do not stop until success is achieved. These four mantras take the spark given by a teacher, defeat the problems in your way, and build the future you first imagined.